Welcome to the day in the success of. Today I'm joined by our famous Ginimbi. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, welcome, my brother. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Boys are good.
Good. Our show is to educate and inspire young people. Kumba nechichi vanenge vachiona. So nasitongotanga tiri panze muchitirakidzawo your toys, your babies, your pride and joy, I'm sure.
It's unfortunate that you came today. I think it was a short notice. And of course, this is my house, but it's one of my houses. I live in 3 countries, so I know you guys, cars excites you. I've got lots of cars, and some of the cars are in South Africa because I'm a resident in South Africa. Some of the cars are in Botswana. I've got a house in Botswana and businesses in Botswana as well. So today I'll show you some of the few cars that I have today. I'll start with that ML63. That car is for my security. Since the day I bought it, I've never driven it. Obviously, I bought the Range Rover SVR there, the white one. I think if I start taking keys and opening the cars, I'll take the whole day, explaining how the car performs, how it, works. Obviously, I bought my favorite car, which is the G Ghost. I think it's one of the best cars, if it's not in the world. Maybe in Zimbabwe it's the only car. Of course, there's other Rolls Royce, but this is the only Ghost. The latest Rolls Royce Ghost that I know that is in Zimbabwe. We come to this, I call it Buru. It's also my favorite. It's a Bentley Bentayga. It's one of the best SUVs in the world. And obviously, this is the Wraith. It's the car that I drive when I'm going to functions, especially when you've got something going on in town. When I feel like I want to drive myself, I drive the Wraith, a Range Rover SV big body. This is one of the best Range Rovers in the world. This Range Rover, if you open the back, is as good as you're in first class. What it does in the back, it's amazing. And obviously after there's another Range Rover, which is a Luma. I've got about 6 Range Rovers, and all of them, if you look at them, they're different. This one with a different, in terms of the body, the specs are different, and obviously the colors. Some will ask, why do you have 6 Range Rovers? But I like this Range Rover because of speed. I like this Range Rover because of how it was packed. I love this Range Rover because of the space in its executive. All the Range Rovers, they are designed differently. So because of that, and I'm also addicted to Range Rovers anyway.
What an intro, Mr. Ginimbi. So where did you learn? Like your background, makadzidza kupi, makatangira kupi?
I've got a very simple background. I was born and raised here in the village, and I went to school here.
In DOMBOSHAVA?
In DOMBOSHAVA, both from primary to secondary.
All right, and what things, because your life is obviously in the public, cameras are everywhere. What things do you do, or hobbies that perhaps we don't know about that Mr. Ginimbi does?
I do a lot of things. I don't know exactly what you want me to answer.
Pane zvinozikana kuti Mr. Ginimbi vane mabusiness, vane maclubs, vane zvakati. Pane tumwe rototi pamwe Mr. Ginimbi vanomuka vanopinda mugarden, vane passion yekuti matomato.
No, I don't go into a garden. I go to gym. I go to gym, yeah.
Oh,
you. I go to gym. If I wake up in a good mood, and if there's no early meetings, I go downstairs. I leave my bedroom, go downstairs, train for 30 minutes, go back, take a shower. I'm always on my phone. You know, I've got business in 3 countries, so I'm always on my phone. First thing that I do when I woke up, I go on my phone, you know. Maybe I need first 30 minutes on my phone before I do anything. Before I even have to go to gym, first thing that I do is go on my phone, maybe go into the bathroom, you know, brush my teeth, then go and train for 30 minutes, come back, take a shower, you know, go on my phone again. I got the office at home. Maybe I can work for a few hours, then breakfast, then drive to the city and work with others. Yeah.
Nice. So it's a gym as part of your morning routine before you go anywhere.
Exactly.
Let's go into Satinoziva kuti munoita pane Instagram live here.
Yes.
That we see every weekend. It's got a huge following. Pandovunda devo kuti vasikana zvinongogumira pa Instagram live here o munotongozoenda kuma dates.
No. There's not. I don't do those things, you know. Ginimbi live. You know, I do it because people, they enjoy it, you know. And most of the girls that come on Ginimbi live, some they don't even meet they're not even half of my expectations, you know. Most of them, you know. So I've got no time to go on DM. I've got no time to go on DM. By the time I leave my gate, just drive to the city. Girls, they want me. Why do I have to look? Oh, the people. If you see the most of the people that comes on my live, they're not from Zimbabwe. Some they are in, you know.
Private jet.
No. Like I said, they don't meet even half of my expectations. You know.
So it's just for entertainment.
Yes, you know. At the end of the day, for me to do Ginimbi live, is it? If I'm adding somebody, I normally would like to add women so that it excites. But not that because I'm after women. No. Not from Instagram.
All right, good.
Yes.
On our show, we play 3 songs of your choice that take you to a memory, perhaps in your past or what's going on now. So you get a chance to choose any song you like.
Let me tell you how I live my life. I don't have. I think I live a very comfortable life. I don't have like memories where I think this song makes me remind of this and that. I don't have those
No,
I don't have that kind of life. You know, I don't have a song that I remember. I have a song that I like now because they are songs of the moment. When the time passes, there are also songs of that moment. I'm different with those people say my favorite color is red. I don't do those things, you know.
All right, Faye, give us your 3 favorite songs of the moment.
Okay, guys, 3 songs. Why are you limiting me? You know, I listen to R&B. I listen to Nigerian music. I listen to South African music, house. I listen to dancehall, you know. So 3 songs. I don't think you're being fair to me. Maybe you can talk of 3 artists, you know. But you know.
All right, give us your 3 favorite artists.
Of course, I have Davido, you know, is the man of the moment. Techno is man of the moment, and obviously I won't miss my country, you know. I want my favorite young boy, Killer T. He also, you know, doing his best, and in terms of Zimbabwean levels, and also considering our mother's language, I think I don't mind playing Killer T from me to Blawa, but it won't be one song. It will be, you know, all of his songs. So 3 songs doesn't do justice.
Pane tumskanzwa here twamakakura munato twamairoyerwa maitozwa kuti makanzwiko nzi madaiso maitosvika kumba chakachaya.
Let me be very real and honest with you, man. You see, when I was growing up, you know, I was one of that kid that, you know, you'd want to, you know, to see at your doorstep because you think that genius have come now to teach my kids how to misbehave. I was one of those kids, and I don't regret the time that I was growing up because I feel like that's what made me to be where I am. I was too much active that I'll just do anything that you don't expect from any kid. And obviously, my parents would discipline me here and there, but it was in me that I would even try by all means for them not to see, but here and there, you know how it is, you can get away with it, but here and there, they can catch you.
What's the drive behind Ginimbi? What gets you up every day in the morning?
Money.
So the drive is money?
Yeah, money.
All right, and when you've obviously faced a lot of challenges where people criticize you, and I've loved how you usually respond harshly to say, my handsome ako abadari, my bills, jakati achidaro kutaura kwako akudai. So
let me take you back.
What's the strength behind that character?
Let me tell you. People, they've said bad about me, they've said good things about me, and remember, I'm 34 years today, and people have been talking about genius since I was 20. Remember, I started doing well when I was maybe 18 years. So already at a younger age, people they started talking nice and bad things, and I think I almost graduated, especially on the people that say negative things about me. I've come to a stage that I don't care anymore. The people that talk about maybe your English, I always want to respond to them by saying English does not measure how intelligent you are.
Very true.
English is just a language. You see? So I'm very, when I look at a person who's talking about language, I look at him twice and say, okay, at what stage do you walk into a shop and speak fluent English better than even the owner of the dealership and walk out driving a car? You see, no one will listen to you,
yes,
right?
true.
With your fluent English, the simple language. You went to school, you learned English, maybe that was your best subject that you've done well. Well done to you, right? Maybe I didn't do well at school, but I've done well in real life. You see, so I don't think there's anybody who is below my level who is supposed to tell me that genius this, genius what, genius ugly. I look at you twice and say, okay, fine, you're talking about that I'm ugly and you're handsome, but to my surprise, I live a better life than you are handsome. A girl who's, any woman will choose me before she chooses you. So at the end of the day, I don't know which world do they live in. If you live in a real world, real life, money first, then you can come and tell me about my English. If you don't have money, you don't have good life, sit down.
All right, what built that character, that strong character that you have, now? Because our listeners want to learn.
If you're listening, when I said this have started when I was 20, and by that time I was not on the social media, but I was known in my circles. So with those people that knew me that time, they were also in numbers. That I've become a graduate of all the worst things that you can say. Right. There's no any word that you can say today that can move me. Right. Never. Right. I'm waiting for that word.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to our viewers? A kid that was perhaps in your shoes, you said 14 years ago, form 6, so I struggle. What words of advice do you have for them to get where you are?
Okay. I always tell people that life does not have a formula. What works on my side cannot work on your side. You know what I mean? But I just want to encourage them, never give up. Life is a journey. You can say, no, I think I cannot do it anymore because of ABCD. But truth of the matter is, some people, they've started their life at 40, some at 45, some at 50, because maybe the time that he was 20 something, he was still at school, you know how it is.
Yes.
But truth of the matter is, take it easy. Your time will come. Just be patient. Patience pays, and I think if you take your time, you'll get there.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ginimbi. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
Cheers.